Yo, what's going on, guys, and welcome back. Now, in today's video, I am here with
Marking Shadow 43.
and we are bringing you guys a discussion video about Mafia 3. Yes, Mafia 3, probably my most anticipated game ever. And yeah, so I have some information about it, Mark.
Okay.
Listen in. Story time. Okay, so this is from a website. I will link the website down in the description below if you want to see more. It says protagonist.
Put the trailer down there too.
Yes. Protagonist Lincoln Clay finds himself in New Bordeaux. And just a little fact here. New Bordeaux is basically New Orleans. You know how what other game? Oh yeah, Grand Theft Auto. You know how it was Los Santos instead of Los Angeles? Yeah. So they're doing the same thing here, guys. In New Bordeaux during the late 60s, as he seeks revenge on Sal Marcano for killing the black mob. He's working towards his goal with three underbosses: Cassandra, the leader of the Haitian gang, Thomas Burke, a member of the Irish mob, and Vito Scaletta, the protagonist from Mafia 2. And this is what I think is so cool, because as you guys remember, if you do, Vito was a part of the Italian mob in Mafia 2.
Yeah.
And now he's kind of attacking them again. Because didn't he at the end kind of hate the mob?
Yeah.
He was like, crap, dude. These guys actually are pretty messed up.
Yeah.
So basically, Lincoln here is like, dude, you kind of just killed my homies. Now I'm going to kill all of you. And it's amazing. So yeah, we'll also obviously put down in the description the trailer. You guys can watch that. But a really cool thing in this game is how big the map is. I'm sure it's at least maybe twice as big as the map was in Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs.
Yeah, Mafia 2 was. But actually, you know, now that I think about it, it's probably the size of Watch Dogs. That map. It's probably.
Oh yeah, just about.
And the cool thing about this map, and a really cool thing I think will come into the game, is the districts. There's a bunch of districts in this game. And in the districts, in the certain districts, there are like different mobsters, different people. It's really cool. For instance, there is a place called Rivero, and that's kind of where the shady harboring business goes on. You know, probably shipping in bad goods and shipping out even worse goods. You know, and then there's South Downs. And that is probably where the main city is, right there.
Yeah.
And then there's the Bayou Phantom, and I've heard that's kind of where the Italian mob does their moonshine and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And in the trailer and stuff, in the gameplay, it's kind of depicted as like a nice area and stuff.
Oh, okay.
As a nice area, but I'm sure there's like people in the woods and it's
yeah.
all explorable, which is so cool because.
Cool.
Mafia 2 didn't really have much of nature to explore, honestly.
I mean, they had kind of like a city that you could drive around in, but that was about it.
That was about it, because, so, also, there is the Del Rey Hollow. I don't really know what this area is, but it's more on the left side of the map. If we can, we'll pull it up on the screen, and if we can't, we'll link it down below. So, go check it out, guys. It's a cool map. Also, we have more districts. We have the downtown version of the city, and it's on the other side of the river. We got the French ward. I'm sure there's some French shady business going on over there.
Probably.
The Tikva Heart. Interesting. And then, pretty much, that's about it for the map. But it's a really big map. The bayou is obviously the biggest part, and it honestly, I'd be surprised if there weren't really cool boats in this game.
Yeah.
It's from the late 60s, so they could make something really cool.
And I mean, they got some, like, cool cars, too, because, like, in Mafia, too, that was, like, my favorite thing to do was to, like, drive around, because it was, like, one of those only games where you had a mirror above, so you can see what was behind you at all times.
Yeah.
And I think they have that in this one, right, where they continued the mirror thing and changing of the license plate to cover your butt and stuff.
And see, the thing I really, really loved about Mafia 2 was the missions. You know, sometimes they were really hard. Honestly, like the timed ones were really hard.
Yeah, when you had to like drive all around the city.
Yeah,
to get stuff done.
And honestly, I liked those. Yes, they were hard sometimes, but they were pretty rewarding. And
I mean, that makes the game more challenging, more fun.
It does, and it was great. It was also really cool. It was like a mobster GTA, and I love that.
That's
you know,
cool,
that's so cool to me. And for Mafia 2, its time, it was a really good game, and I played the crap out of it. You know, it had some really cool mechanics. It obviously has the cover system, which is brought back. Also, guys, the graphics in Mafia 3 looks really good. But it could just pull a Watch Dogs 1, and it could be fairly crappy graphics. But, you know, I'll still play it, you know.
Yeah. I mean, just because, like, a game has bad graphics doesn't make it a horrible game.
Right. It's so true. But, you know, there's, like, that standard nowadays.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're not at that standard anymore, you're kind of down there in the dirt, and you have to really excel at other things than graphics.
Yeah.
Which is what
good
Mafia did.
Yeah,
you know,
like they have a very good story, and it was like it was something that you didn't see before.
It was really interesting, you know, because I've never ever played an other mobster game and like had it be so heartfelt for the guy.
Yeah.
You know, and also his friend. You know.
Yeah, because I mean,
Vito's friend in Mafia 2, you even felt for him. You know.
Yeah.
And you were like, crap, what is happening?
Yeah.
If you guys don't know what happens in Mafia 2, go look it up. We're not going to spoil it for you. But just look it up, see what happens, because he's coming back in Mafia 3, which is awesome. Mm-hmm. He's probably going to have a big role. So having that backstory will probably be useful. So go do that if you haven't. Okay, so we're going into some pros and cons right now. Some more that we haven't gotten so far. Mm-hmm. Okay, so a pro of Mafia 3, I think, is not only the bigger map, but the diverser map, you know?
Yeah.
Because Mafia 2, it was kind of all the same.
It was like that one enclosed area. Like, it was almost like that, like, one district on the map.
It really was. And you could go into some places, go into some buildings, like the clothing stores and stuff, but that was about it. I think they're really going to change that. And I think they're going to really... Because... New Bordeaux, they're really portraying it as a really high density of mobsters. Like they're like they own it, you know.
That's a good area too, because like New Orleans is like a very interesting place for stuff like this to go down.
It really is. And in the late 60s, this type of stuff did happen. This is not a true story, obviously.
Yeah, but I mean, this kind of stuff did.
Yeah, happen. And that also, I think, makes games even more interesting.
Yeah.
You know, if you know this was happening around the time, that makes the game so much better.
Yeah, and that's what makes World War II games so much
fun,
too. And he wasn't he a World War II veteran? Like
when he Vietnam.
Vietnam.
He is
that's right.
Lincoln is a Vietnam veteran.
Yeah.
And he's really badass. Like, I'm not gonna lie. He's really cool, and the things I've seen, combat is so much better. There's more guns. Something I didn't like about Mafia 2, the combat, was it was either really easy or really hard.
Yeah.
Because usually there was like a crap ton of mobsters, or there was like a couple. But, you know, it was really fun in that there were a bunch of people. Okay. And then it was challenging, but it was a good challenge.
It was a good challenge.
And it was new combat. It was a little clunky. It was a
little bit.
Because the hiding system kind of got overrun when enemies would run behind you and then start shooting you.
Yeah.
That was a little annoying, but I'm sure they'll fix it. Mm-hmm. I saw some gameplay. We'll link it down below. Watch the whole video. This guy really explains the game really well. And it has some great gameplay, like, I swear, Lincoln REK. It's amazing, and I can't wait to play it. But it obviously looks like a really deep story. But a con, obviously, the graphics might be downgraded from what they look like in the trailer. But, no biggie. If for me, no biggie.
Yeah.
But
it seems like this game has a lot more pros than cons.
yeah. Definitely, like
a lot more.
I'm trying to think of cons right now.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, it's harder, because, like, you think, like, pros of, like, oh my gosh, this is such a good story, like, you can, like, connect to it,
Right.
good area, good gameplay, even.
Yep. But I'm already seeing a con. I don't think there's going to be as much map exploration as we think, because they're making it sound like there is, but, that's what game devs do. That's what people overhyping always do. And that's okay. If you can't go into the skyscrapers, that's okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if there were skyscrapers in New Bordeaux in the late 60s. Or,
Well, you mean like tall city buildings,
Yeah,
basically.
anyway. Just more exploration would be nice. And maybe even like a mission in a skyscraper. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Well, what I'm thinking is, what is kind of nice, though, is only in Mafia 2, you had only the city area. This time you got like the bayou, the city, the suburbs. Like, you got like all of it kind of there, which is kind of nice.
Because in Mafia 2, again, you just had the city. That was it.
Yeah, that was it.
And then you had this crappy junkyard where you did your stuff. But
Yeah.
I really think New Bordeaux is gonna be cool. And I've heard some music from the game. That's also a really cool pro. And yeah. I think that's about it. Also, something cool would be if they added a bunch more types of vehicles.
Yeah.
A bunch different types of cars, new boats, and new flying objects. If they added helicopters, oh my god!
I don't know if they had helicopters in the 60s, man. Well,
yeah, they did, because this is after Vietnam.
They had
yeah, this is the late 60s.
Combat helicopters
and
and stuff.
he probably just came home from Vietnam. Anyway, he's probably pretty messed up. Lincoln is coming back for revenge, and yeah, that's where we're gonna leave it, folks.
Yep.
So this has been Marking Shadow and Robert, and we are signing off.
See you guys.
Peace.